What's the hidden secret for mastering for streaming? Why? How can I get something sounding good on a streaming service? Streaming services are minus 14 LUFS. Everyone says it's minus 14 LUFS. Don't crush a mix because they're going to turn it down anyway. There's no point for streaming services going, to minus 8 RMS or minus 8 LUFS, minus 14 LUF. Keep it there. Keep it super dynamic. I cry. Yeah, I'm not swearing, but you know what I mean. It's like, it's rubbish. Complete, absolute nonsense. It's like when someone tells me I'm mastering for vinyl. It's when someone tells me I'm mastering for CD. It's like when someone tells me I'm mastering for mini disc. It's like someone telling me I'm mastering for 8-track. It's like someone telling me I'm mastering for cassette. It's like somebody trying to tell me I'm mastering for 7-inch over 12-inch. It's like when someone's telling me I'm mastering for streaming. It's all the same thing. You are going to the medium of whatever it is. You have to get the sound of one track to be that sound. It's a master. I need a master track. Where it goes after there is what a mastering engineer does. That is what a good mastering engineer does. Okay? So if I'm mastering something, a record company will say to me, here's the track. Here's a reference track that we had that we were listening to. Can you give us a master back? Okay? And that's what I do. So then I give them the master. I master it. I get it as loud as I can get it, right? And I get it to sound how I want it to sound when it's loud. So the sound is that when I've got it loud and the limiter is on the end and it is loud and it's pushing into the limiter, right? That's the sound I like. It sounds like a record. It sounds like a pop song. It sounds like a hip hop song. It sounds like a classical track. It depends on the genre for how loud I'm pushing it, what I'm doing with it with dynamics and EQ. It's totally genre dependent. I'm listening to other things in that genre all the time. So I know how those things should sound. So I've got that sound in my head. I'm trying to achieve that sound. I can achieve that sound. That's why they're sending me the track. They don't say to me, ever, not once in the whole of my career has one record label said to me, can I have a streaming version? Not once, okay? I'm not lying to you, not once. And I've never been asked either for a vinyl version either. And this is me personally. You may have. If you're a mastering engineer, you watch this, you may have done. I don't know. I haven't. I've never been asked for a version for mini disc. I've never been asked for a version for CD. I know they're old school, but I've never been asked for that. If I am, the only reason they're asking me for a CD version is because it's a higher ratio. It's like a 48-24 mix and they want a 16-44 because they can only get that onto that format. So then that is when a mastering engineer's job comes in, because if you're cutting to vinyl, if you're going to CD and stuff like that, you know how to master a track. So when it goes to all these different formats, it's going to sound exactly the same on all those different formats. And that's the job of a mastering engineer. That's what I do. So I master it. I get this sound. They approve that sound. They like that sound. That sound, the way that I've got that sound is because I know that when it's in the back of my mind, when it's going to vinyl, I don't like tizzy high end. The cutting lathe doesn't like that. I know that. So I don't master that way. I know that the bass doesn't want to be big and out of phase. My ears automatically pick up on that. So it's tight and it's not mono, but it's not out of phase because I know that the lathe won't like that. The lathe, everything that goes to the lathe basically makes a good sound on CD, mini disc, whatever else platform you're going to. I keep going on about mini disc. I did that for like one day once. But you understand what I'm saying. I get a sound. I don't think about, okay, I'm only going to get it at minus 14. I'm going to give them that version for that and that version for that because I want a sound. If it gets turned down at Spotify or YouTube or wherever it happens to be, I can't do anything about that. In the same way that if it goes onto radio, I can't say to them, well, can you set up your broadcast limiter so it sounds a certain way? There's no way I can do that. What I can do is make sure that when I master, it translates into the real world in the same way as the tracks that I'm listening to when I'm referencing it. So if it's in a genre, say for example hip hop, it needs to stand up in that genre against those tracks wherever it goes. So what I want to do is listen to the master of those tracks on something like Tidal. I know then, okay, I'm in that place with those. I'm as loud as those tracks. I'm also the bass and stuff. I know that naturally anyway, but you can do that if you want reference against those things. You know that, okay, those tracks work everywhere else for those things, so your track's going to work everywhere else on a basic level. But I know that anyway naturally. I don't think I'm going to master for streaming. Forget it. Master for mastering. Master it. Get one thing. Sounds great. The limiter is part of the sound. The limiter is a compressor, remember, so it's compressing the sound. The more you push into it, the more it compresses. So if you like that sound, do it. If you don't want it really pushed and crushed and stuff, and you want it to be open and dynamic, keep it open and dynamic. Keep it at -14. Keep it at -14 for vinyl. Keep it at -14 for streaming. Keep it at -14 for CD. But I can guarantee you, when you send it to someone at -14, they will ask for it louder because they're comparing it to everybody else in the world. And I'm not going to change the way that everyone else in the world masters. That's a fight I'm not willing to fight. I just want to make something sound great so that when all my clients listen to it, they go, love it, smashed it, Streaky, nice one. That's what I want them to say. My life's too short to start saying to everyone, we've all got to be at -14 LUFS, because that's basically what we've decided sounds good. Rubbish. I like it when it's loud. I like it when it sounds like that for certain genres. For classical music, no. I like it when it's got loads of dynamics and it's warm and lush and, different things. It's like, trailer music, lovely and warm and lush on the intro, but then smash to hell at the end. It's like, that's the genre. That's the way it is. So I'm mastering for that genre. I'm getting one sound, and I'm always, I know it's going to translate in the real world from having that one sound. So don't do different masters. Just do one and make sure you make it sound good. All right. I hope that helps you. If you're getting confused with all this kind of -14 Shopify, -14 Spotify, YouTube, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to follow. Bye.